Yeah, and we're back live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. DJ Wallo on the 1 and 2s. DJ, you're taking us back some, yo. What's up, man?
Yeah, just I'm in that mood, so
okay.
A bunch of old heads in here, so okay, you're the only young one.
Yeah, I'm the only one. Look, I'm still the only one that has my
young
hair
boy,
now.
yeah, you still got your hair.
No grays. You know what I'm saying?
If they say I don't palm my hair when I did young, I forget that.
But you own a natural palm now.
No, I palm. Yeah. I do Gino. Back in the day, now Gino they call him.
Yeah. Fantastic, man. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Sahara FM Radio. Big shout out to everybody on Twitter and Facebook, man. We appreciate the feedback we're getting. You know, guys, give us a call, man. 646-559-6640. Ishmael, what's up, man? I see you, man. Big shout out to you. Nick, thank you very much. Holding down, the video and all that. And, of course, Iffy on social media. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Shakira. Shakira won't be joining us tonight. And also Abby. Big shout out to them, man. We miss you guys. So, let's get into some more topics, man. Before I do that, somebody just sent me a BBM. That we sound like we're educated.
Oh, that still works?
Oh, hello. BBM does work.
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry.
This dude with your cracked iPhone, man.
Hey, BBM for life.
Oh, all right, yeah. You know what? We're gonna talk about that, the demise of BlackBerry, because I wonder what Nigerians are gonna do. Because that's like the #1 mobile platform in Nigeria, man.
Yeah, but BlackBerry just went private. It doesn't mean they're gonna stop it, right?
I think they're shifting towards the just the software side, and they're not going to be creating any more hardware. Because if you look at them now, their phones are just down to 4 phones. Before they used to have a wide variety of phones,
which is true.
But now they just have I think the Z10, the Q10, the Q5, and they just came out with something called a phablet. I think that's called the Z30.
So even with the new ownership, you don't think they're gonna go back and start making phones and stuff?
Nah, man, no? I don't think they can compete. Wallo, honestly, man. Apple.
I wish they would just leave American market alone and concentrate on the rest
good.
of the world.
Yeah. So you know what? We're definitely going to talk on that. That's
okay.
Do you guys want to start with that?
Let's go with that. Yeah,
let's go with that. We could go with that.
Because I always felt like the market that actually kept them alive was the Nigerian market.
Well, not just Nigeria.
There's Latin America,
the Middle Eastern market.
Middle Eastern market.
Latin America, Asia.
But put all those countries together, though.
Yes.
I'm saying Nigeria had at least 70 million people using BlackBerry.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Well, I think worldwide, they said the number of users that are still using BlackBerry is actually more than twice the population of Canada, which is where
that's what I'm trying to say.
So they said they still have about 70 million devices worldwide.
Okay,
so they're probably going to be around for another 3, 4, 5 years, supporting their devices.
Yeah,
and
my
stuff,
thing is I hate when people just believe you cannot survive in one market that you're finished. Like, leave the U.S. market alone. It is the most popular market, and it's probably a guaranteed market for you to be successful. Financial-wise, but come on, man, there's a market outside the U.S.
But let me ask you a question, though. But I don't think the American market was the market that was actually supporting them, though.
Yes, it was business. Think about BlackBerry when BlackBerry was $140 stock.
Yeah.
BlackBerry had the best security.
How long ago was that?
About 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yes.
They went down like 5 years ago.
No.
It was gradual.
They went down.
It was
gradual.
Yeah.
I could say this because I know I was one of the first people that used BlackBerry, and being that I do email, I was aware that they use the push technology. So what happens is, even if you're away from your desk, the minute you receive an email, you get it on a device.
Yes.
That technology wasn't out at that time. Even Microsoft ActiveSync, I think what ActiveSync did was pull, and you had to synchronize and stuff like that. But BlackBerry was like the leader in that department. And they came out in 98. Security wise, man, it's like the #1 phone, man. But like technology, everything happened.
And then
but for
it's
a while,
social network.
To me, for the third world countries, I think that BBM texting was the key.
Yes.
And I think they should have focused on that after they were losing the other battles. I think they were trying to compete with this Apple, Android, or whatever you call them.
Because most people have prepaid phones in third world countries.
Exactly.
Right.
That was a big deal for them.
But you know what that BBM did, though? That allowed you to communicate with anybody in the world once you had another BlackBerry device.
Anytime, exactly.
That was genius,
That's what I'm saying. They should have built... Now, WhatsApp is actually... just like kidnapping everybody from them. Yeah, they're losing both ends, and that's what worries me about them.
Yeah, it's
I remember that BBM. You just and the person.
Yeah.
Like right there, instantaneous. Yeah, like wow.
If you went to Nigeria with an iPhone, you were jonesing, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
And
yeah.
in some parts of Africa, South Africa, if you have a BlackBerry, you're the man.
Yeah.
Because I remember then when I went to Nigeria, even though I had an iPhone, even the people with iPhones still had their BlackBerries.
You
They're
had
like,
to.
oh, this one I just for a press. This is the money maker, right?
Like
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And that's why, like, for a while, I never, I continued to use my BlackBerry, and but they allowed Apple to come up, and Android too, and I guess people like the glitz and the glamour and the apps. People like the apps too. So
because how practical is iPhone in Nigeria? Because I mean, like, you drop it and like it's very delicate. It's a very delicate
especially
phone.
the very first BlackBerry. The very first BlackBerry was this thing that looked like a pager, and it was really sturdy.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing dropped, and this was a good thing. I remember having one. I didn't charge that. It went 2 weeks on a battery charge. I didn't have to, and this was with a lot of usage. You didn't have to charge it for 2 weeks. I remember that vividly. Good battery life. It was a AA battery.
You see, because for iPhone to survive in Nigeria, you're gonna have to have repair shops in nearly every
Not even that, but you need good internet connection. You need at least good Wi-Fi. Because how are you gonna get apps from the App Store?
And it's not practical. We're talking about like the everyday shopper, the person, the hawker. You can't carry a delicate phone like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, put it in your back pocket.
I was saying that just about 11 of my buddies, 12 now, I won't say his name, but all their iPhone screens are cracked.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And they're like cut up close to the eye.
But I never had a problem with that though, with a cracked screen and stuff. I thought I dropped because I do construction. I work in the field.
Right.
I walk around. I do a lot of. Oh yeah, Nick. I
Yeah.
walk around a lot, and I deal with a lot of people. I'm always outdoors for most time. At least 4 hours outdoors, 4 hours in the office.
Right.
And I drop my phone a lot. And the phone never really... I mean, the amount of times I drop my phone...
Right.
And I deal with...
Yeah. Wallo, what's up, man? Well, you scared at hearing your own voice?
Not really. I just didn't know what was going on.
So you drop your iPhone a lot?
A lot.
I dropped this a lot. Android.
But your iPhone has a case.
He has a fake case. Like, this is not really a really good case that's going to protect it.
But that saved it. Trust me. If it didn't have a case...
No, it finally cracked. I'm just saying.
Finally gave in.
People make it sound like it's that delicate that once you drop it.
Think about Nigeria. Think about...
Even look at even the iPad is not, you drop that thing, that's it. I think they do that on purpose. I mean, the devices have all these aesthetics. They look sleek and everything, but are they durable? Like this is my little Android over here, man. That thing.
I always felt the Apple brand anyway was more. If you're not using it for what I use it for, like DJing, or if you're a video editor, I always felt like it was
too much.
It was too much. You're not really getting what you're paying for.
Really?
Like the iPad, you can't even put a flash drive. You can't put a USB into it. It's a lot of stuff they can't do that that the competition is coming up with. I always felt like it was more of a status.
Oh, we're definitely going to touch on that because, let's use that to segue. I mean, last week we talked about, Apple losing its innovative edge and, how Android is catching up or even if not taking over. I did a little research and this is the top U.S. smartphones by market share, and Android has 52%. Apple iOS has 35%. Oh, we have a call? Okay, hold on, let's take a call. You're live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello? Hello? Hello, caller, are you there? All right, please call back. Thank you very much. So we were saying how, like I was saying, Android has 52%, and that's, I think, because Android, the operating system is spread across a lot of phones, HTC, LG, Samsung, Motorola, so they have, so that makes sense that they have most of the market share. Unlike, and Apple has 35%.
It's actually gained.
And BlackBerry, they used to have about 40-something% is now at 7%.
Wow,
it's bad. And then Windows Phone had
Nokia. What's up with that?
2%, and others are just 5%. So we came at Apple last week saying they're losing their innovative edge, and what happened this weekend, man? They hit it out the park. 9 million units sold, man. They actually set a record, right?
Yeah, but to me that just means I think the standards are lower now. People don't expect much. People don't expect much.
But it still drew it. I mean, they made cheaper phones with the 5C.
Well, 5C,
Yes.
Yeah, but what's under the hood is still the same.
Yeah,
Right.
no difference.
Right.
And I mock about it all the time. You still have to put a case around your fancy little phone.
Exactly, especially those that got the gold iPhones.
Yes.
You paid all this money.
I mean, I don't think you have to put a case though.
Are you kidding?
You don't have to.
You
It's
already
gonna
have
get
a shattered
they're
glass.
easily scratched up.
But
It's
you
gonna
don't.
get-
You don't have to.
Nobody wants to have a shattered glass walking around. That takes
Is
cool
it gold
points.
plated? Because you guys keep saying gold. Gold plated.
No, it's
Oh, it's a
definitely gold plated.
Oh,
It doesn't
Played it
have
right, but,
any-
you know, again, it's all
except for the ones the
aesthetics.
Nigerians ordered
Banda.
for like the ones the Nigerian
The
embassy-
government, yeah, that's the real thing.
Well, they
yeah.
said it wasn't the government that ordered it. It was somebody in the government that ordered it.
Yeah,
for
disclaimer.
The people.
Yeah, we all know about
Yeah.
that. We all know how much we love gold.
Why do you want
Yeah.
a gold iPhone though? I never. Are you going to
I
put it on
think
your chain or something?
It's
or-
status.
I think
Why
it's
do you want a gold chain?
It's elitist. I think it promotes
You know,
elitism.
Nigerians don't do
No.
Nigerians don't do 14 karat or 9 karat.
18.
We 18 or
18
22.
straight up.
That's how
You
we
know.
roll.
But yeah, they even outsold what they did last year when they sold about 5 million.
Yes, they did.
Right, but this year they sold 9 million.
Yeah, they said what they sold in a weekend is what BlackBerry did all.
Right, I was going to bring that up. Yeah, I think you and I spoke about that
Yeah.
yesterday. Well, no. They said what Apple did in iPhones that weekend is more than what BlackBerry sold for.
For a quarter.
No, is what BlackBerry sold for entirely.
Oh, the 4.7
right,
billion?
So, right.
Oh, okay.
So you figure they did. They sold 9 million units at however how much. I mean, let's talk about this though. Some people came from Brazil. Some people came from overseas to buy the iPhone to actually wait
those
online.
are big
because-
consumer markets.
Right, because they said
Especially Brazil.
Brazil.
Yes.
Right, because they said the iPhone that they get for like $700 here, without a carrier.
It's bragging rights.
They said it's
like
about $1,500 in
places
Brazil.
like that. It's like
Right.
bragging
Yeah,
rights.
actually, the Brazilians are actually keeping the fashion industry in America, the market going. They're
We gotta-
spending a
Wallow.
lot
We
of
gotta
money.
talk about that. Their
Yes.
economy.
All you gotta do is go to Miami
booming. Yeah,
and see not just the
So-
Brazilians, see Brazilians,
Yes.
Venezuelans,
Yeah.
South Americans, and how they.
and their economy is
shop.
booming too. Their Brazilian economy,
Yeah,
from what I
this,
hear.
middle
Yeah.
class is coming up real
Yeah,
fast.
Well,
big
the funny
time,
thing
man.
about it is like all the countries of the world are catching up with the U.S. when it
Yeah.
comes to the middle class,
Right.
which is amazing. And Americans,
think
And we're losing
we're,
our
drop-
middle
we're,
class.
we're
The middle-
dropping
the
off.
middle class
The
is
gap-
on a. I don't want to say as fast, but it's on a decline.
Yeah,
It's
I
declining
mean,
huge,
look at
man.
nowadays. Nigerian families come to the U.S., have a vacation for like a month with a family of 4.
Yeah,
You know how
and
much that costs?
And that family, that vacation is not cheap because
No.
they go to Disney. That's the new thing. Every Nigerian that comes from here, they have to go to Disney. They go to, when they come to New York, they do all the tourist sites. Then they go to Woodbury Commons.
And you know how we shop? We're talking about at least 15 grand.
But it's still
$15,000.
cheaper than to go to London. Coming to America is
Yeah,
cheaper
of course. Who wants
than
to go to London?
or
Yeah,
some
who wants
European
to go to
countries.
London?
America
Yeah.
is still cheap when you're vacationing.
Yeah, London, the pound. You know,
Shopping what you get for your money. You used to get more when you come to
Yeah,
America.
exactly,
than,
man.
Yeah,
But
but I'm talking about the caliber of people who come now.
Oh,
It's
like I said, the world is catching up.
up.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, let's not
Deviate.
not deviate though.
go
But I just want to say that most of the people that come from Nigeria for that's just like a drop in the bucket though. Not
Yeah.
everybody can really. That's not really a.
but
real,
because we're such a
that's-
populous nation,
That's
it's
not really
it's a
indicative of
decent
the
number.
That's not really indicative of the current
No, it's
situation
not.
in
It's
Nigeria,
not.
right? And the kind of lifestyle of people are living. People are still living under $1 a day for the majority of people. The majority of people, yeah.
That's always been around though. We're talking about like there was a time when people who come to US was just like an exclusive crowd.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. It's coming. But back to Apple, man. I think that this brought them back. I mean, I think they're going to be around for a long time. There's just something that we could talk about them saying they're losing their innovation and other technologies are catching up and everything. But I mean,
The branding is powerful, though. The branding.
yeah. You spoke about that this
Apple
weekend when you
brand,
saw the
yeah.
Apple with the taking the bite out the apple the
Yeah.
first time, man. I remember that first commercial that they had in '84.
Yeah.
Breaking the screen. All the time I think then I was here for holidays in Nigeria. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I remember seeing the.
I remember DJs like if you don't
Yeah.
DJ with an Apple, they don't take you serious.
No, I agree.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what
No,
they
it's the
do not
branding.
take you serious.
So,
It's the branding.
so can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Have you at one point when you started DJing, you've been DJing now for how long?
A minute.
A minute?
Yeah.
So did you start off using a Windows PC?
Yeah, PC. I wasn't a huge fan. For one, I thought it was too expensive.
Yeah.
Just to be honest with you, I was like,
Okay.
why am I spending this amount of money when I could get a HP
Or
Dell?
Or what's the compact?
Compact,
Or
exactly.
Sony, yeah.
No, Sony was actually expensive.
Very.
Or what?
Very,
Sony
yeah, so it's
Vaio,
very
Bio,
expensive, yes.
whatever.
So no, back then there was no value or nothing.
Yeah.
It was basically Dell, compact,
Toshiba.
and Toshiba. Yeah.
So do you see a difference in using the Apple?
Oh, it's a difference. It doesn't shut down.
Okay.
There was so many stuff going on. Like I said, the PC when it comes to me personally, DJ.
And it's not just music. I mean,
Video.
Video and
editing,
graphics.
Graphics. Yeah.
I have an uncle who he prints a lot of stuff, so he's a printer business.
Oh, for graphics.
He only uses
shut
Apple.
Down. You can only use Apple,
Yeah.
But another thing I was going to say was, me personally, I will never use another Windows laptop. The Apple, I've had an Apple since 2009. This is it. When I bought the Apple computer that I have, I never even used Apple because I'm a Windows guy, with Microsoft and everything. But I went for this job, and one of the requirements was that you had to know how to use Apple. And I, forgive me, Lord, I lied and said, "Oh yeah, I know Apple." So what I did that night, I went to the Apple store. Yeah, I went to the Apple store, bought I said, "Just give me the cheapest." So they gave me the white. Then there was the white MacBooks.
Yeah,
the white ones.
The MacBook,
yeah, not the Pro. You have the Pro,
yeah.
Right? And I went and bought a book, learned the Mac in 24 hours, and I started using it. I was like, this thing is nice and whatever. And the Dell computer I bought the same year, packed up in like a year and a half. Just with the operating, it crashed and everything. But I'm still using that same MacBook that I have since 2009. It's stable. It's a little slower now. Of course, it's regressed a little bit, but it's still going, man.
I'm just mad at Apple how they just abandoned their PC line and just focused on gadgets and like the phone,
gadgets,
the iTunes, the iPad. Like
iTunes was genius, though.
Yeah, but
Gangster.
But think about it.
Yeah,
think about it. It's not
iTunes,
new
man.
technology. It's not.
It's not. But
That's what I'm saying.
there was Napster and everything.
But they could have did so much
Windows.
with the iMac, and they just like put it aside. Like we're
No, but the
making.
iMac is still.
The iMac is still.
It's. I mean, compared to the evolution
But
of.
TJ, nobody wants to be stationary no more.
No,
everybody's on the move.
Exactly. Who has
Nobody
a desktop
wants to-
in the house?
nobody
I don't
wants to
have.
be
I would
stationary
never buy
no
another
more.
desktop.
Yeah.
Laptops
Nobody wants to be
is it, man.
stationary.
If they
I want to be in
focused
my
on-
bed. I want to be online.
If they put the same kind of power and energy they put in the Mac, they probably could have had hologram computers by now. But they were doing all of that iTunes,
It's gonna be too expensive out there.
iPad.
But TJ, let's go back to the iTunes stuff.
Yeah,
Yes,
Wallo,
man.
why do you say iTunes is gangster, yo?
Yeah, I remember the exclusivity of iTunes. That this is the only place you could come to get music.
Digital music.
Digital music.
Right.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean. You
okay.
can't use my. I didn't believe they could get away with that. I thought it was something that was going to fail, but I guess I was completely
But
wrong.
don't you think the things like downloading sites like P2P sites like Napster? What did we have that time? LimeWire,
Yes.
Morpheus or something.
Yes.
Did you think that this forced like record companies to say, you know what, let's throw our support behind what iTunes is doing? Because with iTunes you get paid.
Yeah.
They count.
Right,
They
so
count
that
iTunes
kind of
sales.
the illegal downloads, man, the piracy. I think I think it was Dr. J at first that wanted to sue
Yes.
NASA at the time, and they shut them down. But it's a good look for iTunes, man. And then you have do they even have what some? To be honest with you, that's just Apple.
Yeah, but Amazon right now. I mean, Amazon.
Some of their
is doing good.
competitors, man. Google,
Amazon is
Google
doing-
Play.
Oh,
Yeah.
Amazon is powerful. Amazon
Amazon is
clouds.
popping right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Apple is still the go-to site.
I remember. Yeah,
It's
still
like
the
a
go-to
default
site.
site, like you just think about when you
I
want to buy
remember.
music.
I remember when I used to go on iTunes and I saw that you could get Kingston ID music, and I typed in Ebenezer B. It said 0. I said for 20. I think for a month, I had my email set up on auto send.
Yeah.
I just sent emails to them every day, and
That you
then one day somebody just pointed me like, "Yo." I'm not saying it was because of me, but at least I saw that they have about
Finally.
51 albums for Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey. So that kind of gave me some satisfaction and everything.
Shout out to LimeWire though. You know what I mean?
We miss you guys, man.
Yeah, I miss LimeWire.
I miss LimeWire, man.
They got me into this digital DJ and stuff. Without them, I don't think I'll be. So shout out to LimeWire for real.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to all the people that made the good music. I didn't mean it. I just couldn't afford it back then.
Exactly. But remember the days we
Sharing is caring.
used to buy CDs and everything.
Yeah,
you know
I know.
what? You know what iTunes do that's good? That's too. They allowed you to download the booklet for the CD.
Yes.
The artwork
Yes.
or whatever. You could download that too, and you
Yeah,
look
but
like
at first, iTunes was gangster though. At first, even
Yeah.
if you bought the CD and you tried to rip it.
you couldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, at first.
At first, they were like, "What? You have to buy it?" No, I have the CD already.
Right.
It was.
I
I'm like, wow.
I bought a
And-
few iTunes.
Me too, but I remember when iTunes came out when Apple came out with that iCloud, and they encouraged everybody to store all their music. And I'm like, I got too much LimeWire on here, baby. That's gonna, because
Actually, it created a section for my LimeWire.
Oh, it did. But there was some
I don't know where
time.
this is from. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Someone works.
I don't want anybody to come. I don't want
That
anybody.
actually is too much trouble anyway.
Yeah, don't let me. Yeah, so big shout out to Apple, man. You guys are doing your thing. They got it, man. They're running things right now, man.
Yeah,
Samsung and everything, they could come up, but
But if you're gonna put your money on someone, is it gonna be Google or Apple?
Well, that's a very tough question, man. I'm gonna have to go with Google, man.
Me too.
I think so too.
Yeah,
they
that's
do
a tough
more
question.
things.
They do more things.
Yeah,
man. Those
they
guys
do
are all.
more.
I mean, even the whole Android thing was like, you know what? Apple wants to be exclusive. You know what? We don't care about that. Everybody come. Let's let's do this, man. And I'll have to put it with Google, man. I respect those boys, man. I read up, but those guys.
I'm not saying they're better. I'm just saying if I'm gonna. I don't think
And
they make better
Apple
products,
has showed some vulnerability over the years. I mean, like there were rumors about they were coming out with some kind of watch, which I think is stupid.
It's still coming. They're still coming.
They're still coming out with somebody. Somebody said
I
they
can
just
say
used
that is
to
going to
bait.
flop. There's no way I want to look at how many inches is the screen for a watch.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
but
but
Samsung,
TJ,
Samsung came out with the smartwatch, Walu. Sorry,
Yes, go ahead,
but
yeah.
but it has to work. It works with the Samsung, though,
Samsung,
right?
yeah.
And who has one?
Yeah, but TJ, that's you though. Why would somebody go online
Yes.
and line up for the iPhone when you could get it online? You're talking about you personally.
No,
There's
no,
a
no,
lot
no,
of
You can
No,
get it
no.
at Radio Shack.
At Radio Shack,
At
there's a lot
Walmart.
of people that will buy that watch just because it's from Apple.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
But we do have that herd mentality. We
Yes.
do have, but I don't think it can transform.
Walu, you
it
use the form
with the watch.
Sheep. What? Somebody used? Was it you or
Shipley, yeah.
But I don't think it can
Shipple.
work for a
Shipple,
watch.
yeah.
Shipple.
I mean,
yeah.
people nowadays are not even that fascinated with watches. We know we use our phones for watches.
This is watch is just fashion for me now,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. For me, it's fashion too.
Yeah. We know you own.
Unless it's one is the one with a crown. Yeah, then that's something else.
Yeah. You know what? Let me tell you something, man. This guy, he wore. We were at a barbecue, man. TJ, I'm gonna report you to Walu. So he wore a watch that I saw. I like this, man. So I now said, "Oh, U-boats and U-boats." You know what he said? He said, "It's not U-boat. It's who boat?
Who boat?
It's German."
Thanks, Jay-Z.
No, Jay-Z's talking about Hublot. I'm not on that level. Nah. That's a house.
But yeah, man.
That's a mansion.
Yeah. So I wear the fake U-boats Invicta. I wear Invicta. Man.
Victor's been around for a minute.
Yeah, but they're
Victor has.
timepieces though. So they're made by watchmakers. I just like that big bold
Yeah, I
watch.
mean,
But all of a sudden, like Invicta or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
it used to be a very good watch, and now it seems like it's. You
No,
just look at it and you be like,
the thing with Invicta is they're greedy. So they have
oh.
high-end level Invictas and they have the low-end. that
I
you
bought
can
my own
get.
off MSNBC.
they have to change the name though.
Yeah.
They don't care.
I know they don't.
They don't care.
You're right, they don't.
I think I bought my own off the shopping network or QVC or something. It
Yeah,
was
those are
cheap,
times.
man.
If you're rocking
Yeah.
Invicta, yeah. Especially like in Miami, you're the man.
Oh really?
Shout out to Moses, huh?
Yeah.
Moses.
Moses, yeah.
King of Miami.
Yeah, Moses is actually working on some things. I don't know if he reached out to you guys. Yeah, he reached out to me.
Yeah.
Some youth
TJ is the founding
empowerment.
father. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't do anything without TJ.
Okay, fantastic, man. So you know what? I think we've chopped this up a little bit. BlackBerry. I don't know where they're gonna go from here, but to
I'm gonna
everybody,
still rock them till they fall.
die hard, man. So all my people in Nigeria, man, it's time to switch up, man. Blackberries are gone now that they have BBMs, the BlackBerry Messenger on other platforms like the iOS and the Android. You guys, stop being myopic and open your horizons, man. Get iPhones or Androids or whatever, Because I put up on my Facebook the other day, man. I want to know what phone is going to be oppressing in Nigeria now, so that when I come home,
How about we just make our own phones?
and we can if we can, Yeah.
TJ, stop.
TJ Tiberell.
Stop. What are we making right
It
now?
don't matter.
Yeah.
It could be as big as
TJ, what do we make right now?
cement.
Did you even say we don't make cement or something? You know what, TJ? Actually, we're writing a show right now, and I spoke to Walo about this. We're writing a show. Huh? You want to take a break, Nick? Nick or Le. I was just gonna say we're actually writing a show where we need to know why Nigeria imports oil
Thank
when
you.
we have an abundance of
oil.
oil. And I think Walo said something about the refineries.
Yeah, the refineries are broke. They always break
So why
down.
can't we fix them? This makes
I don't
no
think we have the technology to.
Walo, come.
We can't even get it back. Well,
That's gonna cut.
A lot of countries
That's
can't
gonna
get.
cut into the corrupt money. That.
I think if we stop importing oil and we have our own refineries and everything, we'll be able to chop even more money, man.
Remember, we used to have a steel industry, Ajakuta Steel, Delta
Wow,
Steel.
yeah, and we had railways and all that,
Yeah.
dog. Man,
Done.
We're gonna talk about that in a future show, man. But guys, we'd like to hear from you. Sorry, whoever called, please call back. I see you trying to call back. The number to call is wow.
Oh, we got a caller.
Can I hold up?
Yeah.
Yeah. You are live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Yinka calling from Texas.
Hey, Yinka, good afternoon. Good evening. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right.
Good. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Anything you want to add?
I think are you guys talking about the oil and stuff in Nigeria now?
Yeah, we by chance, it just came up. You have anything you want to say? Because my friend and I, our guest tonight, TJ, were talking about why is it that Nigeria that has an abundance of oil? I mean, we're like the 7th largest country in the world, oil producing country in the world. Yeah. I don't know if that's changed, but why do we have to import oil when countries like Saudi Arabia are not doing it? Countries like I think number 2 is Venezuela.
Venezuela. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Point blank is sheer greed.
Sheer greed. Okay.
That's the main problem in Nigeria, and over government participation in the private sector. You know, most of these places you've mentioned, the refineries were being run by the private sector. But when you look at Nigeria, it's owned by government, and you have big guys that have interest in the oil blocks. So for them to be able to make a lot of money, getting the refined product from outside and bringing it in as importation, that's where they get a big money from. If you remember early last year, there was a big gap about fuel subsidy.
Sorry, Yinka, please hold on one second. Yinka, I think you have your radio on. You have to turn your radio down, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic. Good. Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Well, okay, so that's the main problem there, because
you were talking about the subsidy.
The subsidy. Mm-hmm. There's too much element that's involved in making extra money on the back of common people, and that's what's causing the problem. Because if they have the refinery at home, there won't be that subsidy. There will be no need for subsidy.
Oh, that's a good point. But because I'm thinking if we're refining our own oil and we don't have to import, gas would be cheap. I mean, petrol.
It will be cheap, but the people that control oil that make those tons of money, like the $10 and co, they won't be able to get that extra money.
Wow. Yeah, I think.
And the refineries are kept to be down for a purpose. It's not like Nigeria don't have money to fix the refinery. Hopefully, with Dangote investing money into a refinery in the private sector, I mean, they're targeting for next year for them to open the first private refinery. We think that would change the dynamics of things. But the main reason why the refineries don't work in Nigeria is because the rich actually made it not work. It's just like, why don't we have power? The people that sell diesel, the people that are involved in generators, they don't want power to be fluent in Nigeria because they know this is going to cut out their business.
Wow. Yinka, man, thank you so much for your input, man. You need to call next week because next week we're going to be having a show on we're calling it the Independence Show, and how we to see how far we've come since independence and where we're going. But thank you so much for those points, and thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it.
Hopefully, Chelsea will score some goals.
Oh, don't tell Chelsea will in the end. Don't bring Chelsea Arsenal, man. We'll talk to you later, Joe. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Hello, you live with the Humble Prince. What's your name and where you calling from? Okay, they hung up. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Syria. Sorry, not Syria. I keep Syria's in my mind, man. We're going to talk about Kenya. We're going to talk about Pakistan. We're going to talk about the Boko Haram attacks in Nigeria. Maybe we'll touch on Syria again. I'd like to hear, what's his name? TJ's points on that, because Wallo just threw our president under the bus last week, man. Yeah.
I'm doing your president?
President Obama. I'm doing out my bone in your ass, man.
What happened to him?
You said... callers.
Let's go.
Say by the call, man. You're live with the Humble Prince. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, you guys are talking about the oil refineries in Nigeria, right?
Yeah, that seems to be a hot topic,
be a good topic,
yeah. All right. What's up, man? Please make your point because we have to take a break real soon. Go ahead.
Well, to me, the importation of oil to Nigeria is more of like a conspiracy.
Wow.
There's a cabal purposefully sabotaging the refineries. If, for instance, now just last week, Dangote announced that he's going to set up new refineries in Nigeria. It's possible
Okay.
You know, so to me, that shows that, you know, building a refinery in Nigeria is not rocket science.
It can't
doable.
be. People have refineries in their backyards in Texas or in
Correct.
Oklahoma.
Correct.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's doable. If you look at the refineries we have right now, the first one we had was in 1966 or 67 when we first found oil in Nigeria. It didn't take forever to build it.
No.
2-3 years we got the refinery. In 1979 when Obasanjo came in, he set up one. In 2-3 years, they got a refinery running.
Yeah.
He set up about 2 to 3 refineries in 1979.
Right, yeah.
And after he left, Shagari set up another one, but that one took longer to complete. So building a refinery is not rocket science. It's doable.
Right.
But the problem is the cabal, those that are into the business of importing oil, refined oil products into Nigeria. They are the ones in collusion with our government officials, the ones we have right now, Goodluck Jonathan and the others. They are the ones preventing the setting up of these new oil refineries, and with the really crude policies that they have.
Right.
But I think Nigeria is going to move forward. At the end of the day, we're gonna get to where we have to get to.
Hopefully,
man. The current breed of leadership we have right now needs to go.
Yeah, sorry.
We need new hands on board. The other guy with you, he sounds really. You know, I'm really enjoying his contribution to the show.
Who?
I think he's going to be a great leader too. I don't think he's been on the show before. I've been following your show for like weeks now.
Wait. Time out. Are you talking about TJ or DJ Wale?
TJ's a new one now.
Not DJ Wale, not DJ. TJ. You know, it's really knowledgeable.
Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah.
Is this a setup?
Yeah,
wait. TJ, you want to say something?
Nah, I'm honored. I feel.
No, you were going to make a point to what this
Well,
guy
I was
saying.
going to say that maintenance is also a very big issue.
Exactly.
Like, it's all the things we do
Correct.
in constructing, you know, there's still
we don't have a maintenance mentality and a support mentality and everything. So, what's your name, man? What's your name? What's your name? Max. Thanks for calling,
Max,
man.
thank you, Max.
You're not serious. You've been listening to us for a week. You don't say we are going to be leaders. This guy comes on with you as his leader. Man.
It's from Dallas too, though, Texas,
guys.
whatever.
Yo,
yeah.
dog.
So
But thanks for listening, man.
Thanks, Max. Appreciate it, baby.
man.
Thank
Nice.
you. Yeah.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. You're live on Sahara FM Radio. Oh, we good? You got to turn that music down some, brother. All right, we're good. Welcome back, everybody. Live with the Humble Prince with DJ Wiley on Sahara FM Radio. Yeah. Oh, my fault, man. That's what you're telling me. Sorry, man. Air conditioner. We had to turn that off, you know. Thank everybody for listening. We give you guys a little prelude to, you know, future shows. We're going to be talking about oil and why Nigeria has to import oil. That's like America importing, but we do import sneakers. That's like American importing what? Something. You know, but
democracy.
don't get this guy started, man, because this guy doesn't even believe we have democracy.
I don't either. It was.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I think it's a smokescreen. Yeah.
For what it is, though, it's the best in the world. The democracy in this country, I think, is the best.
How about importing guns? That would be more like it.
Oh yeah. That'll never happen.
Smith and Wesson.
I know.
Yeah. So guys, we just continue talking to some topics. We're going to talk about the Kenya attack.
Yeah, that's kind of deep.
That's deep, man.
That's real tough to talk
touching,
on. I didn't post anything much on Facebook because
I don't think I did either, man.
You know,
I don't think
it's very hurtful, and Kenya has been hit a couple of times.
Yeah, the group called Al-Shabaab, which stands for the youth in Arabic. And they said the attack was because Kenya sent troops to Somalia in 2011.
Yeah, 2011.
Yes.
Yeah. They sent troops to help ward off the militant group that is becoming a big problem in Somalia.
Yeah, because they wanted Somalia to be an Islamic state.
Yeah, it's kind of like Sudan.
Right. So, but this is the thing with the war, though. I mean, I don't even say a war, but the attackers, the Al-Shabaab said this was a jihadist.
Yes.
And what was funny was, not funny, but what was strange to me was that they said they vetted out their victims in a meticulous manner, so that when they saw the victims, they asked, "Are you Muslim?"
Yeah.
If you lied and said yes, they asked you a question pertaining to Islam that you should know. If you didn't know it, boom.
That brings horrid memories about the civil war in Nigeria, the Biafra War.
Yeah,
'Cause,
right.
That was one of the tactics that they used.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something
That's
that
good,
they.
good knowledge on TJ. Thanks. You're right.
I heard them say they were asking whether, like as a Muslim, they ask you to mention Prophet Muhammad, and as a Muslim, you just don't mention Prophet Muhammad.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yeah.
So that was a way to detect if you wasn't Muslim, and they killed them.
Yeah, right now they.
Yeah, I just feel for Kenyans because I might be wrong, but I think Kenya is a very moderate country, and it's always been moderate for years. And because of that, they've gained a lot of international friendship. So a lot of their revenue is from tourism.
Right, that's going to hurt them. And that mall, what's it called? The Westgate Mall? I'm not sure, but it was in Westgate or something.
Yes.
But that's like a mall that they said didn't really cater to just the native Kenyans, but to a lot of expats.
A lot of expats. Yeah. My brother was in Kenya 2 years ago, and he went to the mall. He said it was lovely.
Right.
It's just a place to go.
The mall is actually owned by Israelis, though.
Yeah, that's why it was also.
That's why
it's also a target.
It's deeper than exactly. It's a target. So
the death toll was about. They said about 72, including 6 security and 5 militants. But they were saying Al Shabaab was saying there was 137 hostages that died. Maybe an explosion, but they haven't verified.
You're never going to know the real truth when it comes to numbers. Yeah. But you know what's also funny is, do you remember the Nigerian guys who beheaded the British guy?
Were they Nigerian?
Nigerian, British, Nigerian, the black guys.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Remember, they were deported from Kenya.
Yes.
So they were on their way.
They volunteered,
Somalia to join the militant group.
Yes.
And I don't know if American press is not doing much justice to this news, but you've heard that a few of the terrorists were also American. And
has that been verified though? Has that been
verified? Is just another excuse to say
because
they're not saying anything. But how about the Caucasian, the white widow, who they still haven't confirmed that either.
They haven't confirmed that either. Yeah.
So it's just amazing.
I mean, you don't want to confirm stuff like that anyway. Because once you start confirming that, start giving.
But they said that lady, her husband was tied to the bomb in London at that time, right?
The subway bombing.
In London.
Yeah.
The tube.
And that's the scary thing about terrorism and like deaths, because it's an easier way to recruit people.
It is.
I mean, you look at Palestinian, which is another issue. When you have somebody who has lost a husband, lost a brother, lost a son, and then some opportunist reaches out to her to tell her to strap herself to a bomb, it's very easy.
Yeah, because it really has nothing to live for.
There's not much to live for.
But see, that's where it gets interesting, though, because then you have the Americans or the English people who have a lot to live for, actually volunteering for the cause, and which... True, a lot of those arguments back in the day that they used to have, like, they don't have anything to live for. Maybe if they have something to live for, blah, 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 blah. What's going on with the Americans or the British? Is it that we have too much now?
Well, the thing about that is it's all about manipulation. It's not that hard to manipulate someone. Somebody who's lived a very, very good life, who's never seen horror. If you come from a very, very terrible experience and you put them aside and you tell them about what you've been through, I mean, I can sit an American down and just tell them about some of the harsh realities I went through growing up, and I can get a convert or a sympathizer in a few minutes, just because they haven't seen that side. And then get a couple of verses from a Bible or Quran or a holy book, and it just legitimizes the whole thing, and voila, somebody.
There's a convert.
Exactly.
Yeah, but some of those, like one of the guys I even heard in the training, the dude had a American accent, like, "Yo, you guys don't even know what we up to" or something. I was watching this guy. It was
wow.
It was like, but it's a shame what happened in there, man. These are, we call them innocent victims. They call them casualties of war because they believe they're fighting a war.
Like the drone attacks.
Yeah, but we're going to touch on the drone attacks too, because I figured that's what triggered the attack in Pakistan. But the bombing of the church, that's what they were retaliating. too. But you know, I understand that in Kenya they've been mourning for 3 days now. The president actually stayed back. He didn't attend the global assembly in the UN because of that.
You know, smart move.
It was a smart move.
Yeah,
right. He gets reelected.
Because even he said,
so that's why I was saying, don't you think, you know, Mr. Jonathan should have done the same thing? But you said Boko Haram is like has become a normalcy in Nigeria right now.
Maybe when Boko Haram hits Lagos, then it'll be a serious issue. I think Boko Haram just hit Abuja recently.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, just Iffy, what's up? Big shout out to Iffy on the social media. Maybe we could get some information on that Boko Haram. No. We're talking about Boko Haram, the latest attack, man. Yeah, thank you. Get us some numbers of that. If he holds down the social media, man, doing it. Listen, let me give her a round of applause, man. Fantastic job she's doing, man. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
But another thing I want to discuss is that we talk about terrorism around the world, but there is one big elephant in the room that a lot of people don't talk about, and that is Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia is where most of the radical clerics come from.
Yeah, that's where most. I was going to say.
And Saudi Arabia money.
That's where most of them are manufactured.
Saudi Arabia money has been found in Boko Haram. It's been found in Al Qaeda. It's been found in Al Shabaab.
They have oil.
And then let's remember 9/11 too.
Most of them.
Half of the attackers, or more than half of the attackers, were Saudi Arabians.
But Al Shabaab, I heard, even though it's a faction of Al Qaeda. They said they doing it like they're like more gangster, like they're doing their own thing, like they really.
Well, there's nothing more gangster than Wahhabi type of Islam. Wahhabism. Wahhabism is like one of the most hardcore. Like you think something is a cult.
Extreme.
Research Wahhabism. And that's where like the only countries that actually practice it are like Saudi Arabia and Egypt.
Egypt, yeah. Actually, I thought you started from Egypt, no? Wahhabism?
Well, you know, that's where
it's a connection, yeah.
Because, you know, like according to Islam.
But they know them.
Because it came out of Sunni.
Right, the Sunnis, right.
Saudi Arabia and Egypt has a large number of Sunnis.
Wow, yeah. So, you know, it's unfortunate what happened in...
but they're our best allies, so we don't talk about Saudi Arabia. We don't...
But you know the reason why they are best allies, though?
Yeah, because we owe them money.
And
they own half of Manhattan.
Exactly, free oil. Yeah, you know why? You know they are best friends. So
they own half of
Nigeria could be in that position too if we play correctly.
Yeah, we could have, man. You know, one thing about Saudi Arabia, man. I was reading something in 1965. The only form of transportation they had were camels.
Wow.
Look at them now.
Now they got diamond-studded iPhones. Yeah. They got $48 million car that Prince bin Al-Walal owns.
Cars made of aluminum.
Yeah, he charges you $1,000 just to touch it.
Why do I want to touch it though?
Just say you touch it.
Have a
props. Put it on Facebook.
Obsession for
to touch a car,
diamond-crusted car.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good segue, man. Let's say so. You know, to everybody in Kenya, you know, wish the country
our condolences.
May the souls of those lost rest in peace. Yeah, what you got for me, Nick? Yeah, that's some Boko Haram numbers, man.
87.
87. Oh, I thought it was more than that, though. I thought it was
September 20th on all Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've read somewhere 140 something, but just to give them some more information on the Kenya attack. There were like 18 foreigners from Britain, Ghana, France, Peru, Canada, of course, the U.S., and some other countries. And like I said, 175 were injured, 62 in the hospital. And they said that they've arrested 11 people. So
yeah,
but I don't know what kind. I don't think those people are gonna give up much information. I don't know.
I mean, people who are ready to die.
They're ready to die. I mean,
exactly. So why?
I mean, they'll probably get some U.S. intelligence or Israeli intelligence and come up with some.
I understand U.S. of course has sent their people down there, the FBI, the CIA.
They'll come on. They'll do some waterboarding or they pull up some plugs.
You know, to something though. One of the ladies said that the attackers, spared her and her kids and even gave them chocolate. And I don't know if this makes them.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
they said the little boy,
right,
the little white kid, he saw the guy and he said, "You're a bad man." And the guy was like, "Forgive me for what I'm doing." And he gave the boy like a candy bar from one of the stores that was ransacked.
But you gotta understand, man, the way these people carry out their attacks, man, they execute them almost flawlessly. Honestly, I mean, the way they carry out, this has been planned for obviously
Yeah,
months.
they said they were shooting like experts. They've had some practice.
Yeah, and I wonder, which begs the question. I wonder if something like this could happen in the United States anymore. What do you think?
I mean, as big as we are, it's not impossible. I hope it doesn't happen because
I hope so too.
It's just,
but you have a lot of copycats and giving ideas and everything. Well, what do you think? You think we're safe in?
I mean, in the case of America, it might not be a terrorist group. It could just be anybody, which is happening.
Yeah.
The guy that just killed 12 people. I mean, it's very possible.
You're talking about the guy in
Virginia, yeah.
Did you see? I saw that they released the video today of him in action, man.
Oh, really? No, I didn't.
They didn't really show the video of him.
now
killing
they're
people.
saying he definitely must have some kind of mental illness.
Because you saw him. He came out. They saw him. The video showed him coming into the building,
Yeah.
him bringing his gun out of the bag, and
that's a
he's seeing
disgruntled
people
employee.
and saying, disgruntled? I don't know, man, but it's sad,
No.
man.
I mean, we
Yeah.
gotta talk about this, like military. Like it's
it's
tough to join the army, and then
post-traumatic
you sacrifice
stress
most of your
disorder.
life for the
Yeah,
army,
PTSD.
and then you start having problems at the job where.
And nobody wants to take care of you.
And you see the loopholes where they should have fired him, but they kept it open so you could still get jobs.
Was he ever active, or he was a reserve? He was in the reserves.
He was in the reserves.
Reserves,
Okay.
yeah. I don't think it was active, but they did we spoke about this last week, by the way. They did I think when he called, they did an evaluation on him, and they said, when he was in his room, he was hearing voices and everything.
Yeah, that was all.
They said they kept that under wraps. But, one thing that was really touching about that story was I heard his mom speak. And you could just tell she lives right there in Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. She was really, you could tell she was sorry. And,
I mean, just to go back to your question, it could happen in America, though. I don't think the security is that.
No.
I really don't think so.
Hello. I'm going to be looking at more. That's what I was saying. I mean, from your perspective, not just from them. I was talking about from a terrorist act. Could it happen?
It could.
Of course. If they don't
It
have,
could.
because unless you have excellent intelligence, I mean,
Because I see even the train systems are scary sometimes.
Man,
it is scary.
It is
You
scary,
go in like, wow, okay.
yeah.
You see like 3 cops standing, checking your
we're
bags.
very
and stuff.
vulnerable. We're
Yeah,
very vulnerable.
very. It's a big country.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's why we need to listen. They need to listen to our conversations, man. If it's going to keep us safe, man. Please. So again, our condolences from all the everybody here at Sahara, to everybody in Kenya, and we wish you guys all the best. And I want to talk about what do you call it? Pakistan too, because it seemed like what happened in Nairobi kind of overshadowed that. But in Pakistan there was a bad attack too. 80.
If you blink, you'll miss it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they got a double whammy because then there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
That happened again.
recently.
Yeah,
Right,
the largest in 10 years. So it's crazy.
Yeah. The bombing in Pakistan took place at the All Saints Church. It was the worst attack on Christians in Pakistan. 78 people, including 34 women and 7 children, died. And they said this is in retaliation to the U.S. drone attacks.
Well, why they are attacking Christians though?
Why are they killing their own people?
Their own people,
and
yeah.
blaming other people?
Why
Christians,
they?
exactly.
See, this is why, call me crazy, but this is why I blame Britain and Gandhi for this. Because,
Here we go.
go
ahead.
they divided a country.
Yeah, talk to the microphone. Sorry.
They divided a country. How do you do that?
But I don't think they ever wanted to be together though. Those 2 countries were. Don't you think they were better off separate though?
Okay, let's judge by all these actions. No, they're not.
Because they still don't like each other.
So?
I mean, right now it's like
People can coexist.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah, but I
mean,
think Pakistan is happy to be separate, though. I don't think they.
I think so. Too.
Yeah, I think they are happy.
I think
yeah.
so too. Yeah.
I'm not sure about India, but I know Pakistan is. Yeah, they were happy that.
Then why do they need nuclear weapons? Why do they have?
Because India has nuclear weapons.
India can eat up Pakistan in one day.
Not really. I mean,
what's the population of Pakistan? It's less. It's about Nigeria size.
Yeah, yeah,
it is.
And India is like 5 times.
Yeah, but I mean, they both have nuclear weapons, though. Just like you would just run into North Korea right now.
Israel and Iran both have nuclear weapons, but Israel is still crying.
No, Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons yet.
Oh, they just have nuclear
capability. They're trying to build. Yeah, please, easy.
They do. But we digress, man. Again, our condolences to the whole
Pakistan
and everything. It's sad, man. And
no, but explain that. I don't want you to get off that. The bombing was because of the drones.
That's what. Yeah, they said they were retaliating to the drone attack.
But Obama lives in D.C. Why?
I guess that's kind of like
that's the information I got, man.
Somebody in the hood just shooting up the place and said, because the system. I know. It's the system. That's why that's why they're killing people in Chicago.
You know, and that's what I was gonna say. You know, how do you retaliate? I mean, how's that a retaliation?
I didn't even know that was the reason. Honestly speaking,
no, seriously, that's what I was reading about, man.
Okay,
you know.
But isn't it amazing? Another thing I want to add is like the Nairobi case, Al Shabaab. They were on Twitter actively.
Yes.
They shut their account down and they created another account.
Just like that.
And they were still just putting stuff out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, social network has its advantages and sometimes
they had their camouflages and everything, though. They were well dressed and everything.
That's what I'm saying. These guys were
fun. Well, you said, I don't know if that's a fact, but you said Saudi Arabia has something to do with that. The funding.
Saudi Arabia funds all the militants around the world.
Are you, you know that for a fact or?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
have I seen the check? No.
You have the information,
but they don't deny it. I'm not saying Saudi Arabian government.
Right.
No, not the government.
I mean, they have Saudi Arabian princes, clerics, and everything. Who?
Right.
I mean, all these madrasas that they build.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. Those guys are really. Those guys are well organized. I mean,
they could shoot properly. They were dressed properly.
These things flawlessly, man.
And we talk about all this stuff. We talk about things like Saudi Arabia. 1/3 of Saudi Arabians are immigrants. Because it's a rich country. And those people are not happy. I mean, we don't try and enforce democracy down their necks, but they're dealing with all those issues. I mean, they have a large Filipino, Indian population.
Right.
And they're not treated like equals.
And that's why we're not paying that much for gas. So please leave the Saudis alone, please.
We pay $4 in New York. That's enough.
Well, it's coming down though, and they said this year they said gas might hit. I think it's about $3.59 now. That's what I saw. But they said it might hit $3.
It's amazing, and oil is.
And the barrels are going up.
It's about $102 a barrel.
Yeah, 103 too. Yeah.
And it's so funny.
What kind of fuzzy mathematics? This is what calls
it government magic.
You know what? I don't even care though.
Government magic.
You pay $3 a gallon. You know, hey.
Yeah, but somebody has to be paying for that somewhere. Something is going on. I mean, like you said, I'll buy it. I love it. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
It's all cartel, OPEC, everybody, and the government. They're all in cahoot.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break real quick, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the $40 billion cuts to food stamps as voted by the House. We're going to take a break real quick. You're live on Sahara FM Radio.
That's a lot of money.
Live with the Humble Prince, and we'll be right back.
A lot of groceries.
Yeah. I want to show our logo.
I swear it feels like the last few nights. We've been everywhere and back, but I just can't remember it all. What am I doing? What am I doing?
And we're back. Live with the Humble Prince of Sahara FM Radio. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Hope you guys have been enjoying the conversation, man. Thanks for the feedback. We appreciate it. I see you guys on Twitter and Facebook and on BBM. It's fantastic. Thank you so much. So right now we just want to talk about the $40 billion cut by the House to food stamps. I believe the House sees this as a way. One of the things they said, this is designed to give people a hand when they need it most. They said most people don't choose to be on food stamps. Most people want a job. TJ, what do you think, man?
Man, I'm busy looking at the humble thing. Somebody said, "Where'd I get my accent from?" Man, I'm not all the way, man.
All the way, man. Yeah.
Yeah, the food stand thing is funny. I mean, the main thing is like, okay, we have to see it pass through the Senate, and my issue is like,
I don't think it's going to pass either.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it doesn't, because there really are people who need that money. And it's so sad how the rich turn the middle class against the poor, because a lot of middle class echo it and say they should not give welfare, they should not provide any more food stamps. Just because a few people have abused it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about the Republicans, if I was like a strategist for the Republicans, I'm all for it too. Let's cut food stamps. So if we cut food stamps, when it's time for campaign, I will come out and say, your so-called leader cut food stamps during his time. And we can be like, if y'all vote for us, maybe we'll increase it. But what I think is going to happen is they're going to come up with that bill, and then Obama's going to tell them, like, okay, I need you guys to fund my Obamacare. I'll probably cut the food stamps by like 10 billion or 20 billion, and that'll be like the little filibuster or whatever funny language they use. And then they come to a compromise and they cut things. I mean, they've taken away a lot of programs from the masses since Obama has been in power.
From the minorities.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're not just talking about black people now. We're talking about brown, white. How about we just talk about
I'm not going to say poor people. It's not minorities. It's just the poor people.
Poor people.
Yes.
True.
Yeah, poor people. I used to believe the difference between this country and a lot of other countries, developing countries or third world countries, like they call them, is the fact that if you're poor, you don't starve.
Yes.
Government, right?
Yes,
The government
there's government assistance to help you out to get you on your feet. Now, some people do stay on it forever, but I don't think that's most people.
No.
And I think that was it. If you're cutting that away, I'm not really sure what's the difference between America and the jungle, because
but they're not. I don't think they're cutting it away completely.
you're taking 40 billion, 39 to be exact, $39 billion out of it. That's affecting the veterans coming back from. It's affecting a lot of people.
I read something recently. They said the military gets about $100 million.
Yes.
In food stamps.
Food stamps. Yeah. I mean, it's easier for people to think it's a brown problem.
Yeah.
But majority of the people on this, I mean, population-wise, there are more, is actually Caucasians.
Yeah.
And I think this is going a little bit too far. If this actually goes through, the GOP is going to suffer for this, because I think...
Yeah, the GOP is suffering for it. I mean, even this government shutdown thing that they're attempting to do, man, it backfired when they did it with...
Gingrich.
With Clinton. When he did it with Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to... That's always forever going to be a stain on their...
Yeah, but I think the hatred for Obama, though. This hatred for Obama...
I don't know if it's a hatred for Obama. I think it's still strategy. It's still strategy. I mean, in order for them to win, because, Obama's not running again, but you got to make the Democratic Party look very bad.
Obama wants them to shut down the government.
Why?
It's good for him.
It's good for him.
It's good for him.
Yeah, it worked for Clinton.
You could press the reset button and you could win the next election coming up, and you could have Democrats in office and you could push your agenda through.
Definitely.
They just shut it down.
So if we shut down the government,
yes, we suffer for a while, but then the Democrats get elected and you could push your agenda.
Remember, we
through.
have short memories. We're just going to remember who's regime.
People didn't forget when New Green did it.
No. When it comes to that.
People don't forget when he did it with
No, when they don't send your social security check or they don't send this, they remember for a long time.
Yeah, that hurts, man.
Basically, Obama's a lame duck president right now, and he has 3 years left.
Right.
He needs something major to get everything back on his side, and a shutdown will be perfect for him.
Yeah, that'll be good for him, man.
Because the next election is coming up pretty soon, and he could get his people in and push his agenda through.
Yeah, fantastic.
Right now, Obama is in.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys this. What do you guys think about the fact that this $40 billion cut is going to save taxpayers' money? What do you guys think about that?
Taxpayers' money has never been saved. I've never seen it dime.
It's going to go somewhere else.
I mean, we got wars to fight. We got
unnecessary wars.
One of the things that came up was a saying: if you're a healthy adult and don't have someone relying on you to take care for them, you ought to learn to earn benefits you receive. And this was said by Representative Tim Hillskamp, Kansas. He said, look for work, start job training to improve your skills, or do community service, but you can no longer sit on your couch or ride a surfboard like Jason in California and expect the federal taxpayers to feel for you. That was that guy I was talking about. The guy that he's a surfer in California, and he was saying, you know what? Hey, I'm on food stamps. I don't need to work. I'm not going to look for a job and everything.
In defense of this country, anybody who's been on unemployment, they will offer you. I've been unemployed. I mean, they offered me. I didn't take it, but
some people like to get fired because of that unemployment.
It depends on what you mean. You can't be making a whole lot of money.
Yeah, it's not that much.
And get fired and want to get fired to get through it. So it depends on how much you're making. It depends.
Yeah, you wait and
exactly.
Bust my ass.
If you're making $400
a food stamps have got real
a week,
high tech.
You have to take the metro. You have to buy lunch.
Exactly.
And you sit in home and you can get $3.96. It's mathematics, baby. Come on, man.
And food stamp is all high tech now. You get a little card.
That's what I'm saying. You get a card, man.
Swipe it.
You have to go. You have to go to the corner store. Trust me. You get Lucy's. You get everything with it. Just
So
you're good.
No hot food.
Exactly. So I wanted to ask you though. So them doing this though, don't you think this is gonna hurt them? Because like I said, I don't think it's gonna pass in the.
I don't
shut
think
down anyway.
Yeah,
so why even do it in the first place?
It's for sure.
I don't think it's gonna pass, but I think there will be a compromise where they're still gonna.
True.
They're gonna
That's
cut.
a good point.
They're gonna cut.
Right. I think
they're gonna cut.
They're gonna cut some stuff. Yeah. Some
You don't have to go this far to the right though to get a compromise.
Hasn't he done enough? I mean, he's the best Republican president we've had in about a decade.
After Ronald Reagan, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Yeah, after Ronald Reagan, yeah, he's been.
I know, but hey, it is what it is, man. Anything you guys want to add to that?
The people gotta eat. That's all I know.
Yeah,
Leave them food stamps
I don't
alone.
know why this is just.
And we're happy we have a future leader on the set with us today.
I don't mind him joining. No, the leader for where?
So you know,
who am I
in case when you blow up,
who am I gonna lead?
when you bring 600 people, don't forget me and Prince.
Do as I Simon says. Do as I say. Do as I do.
As I do.
Yeah, fantastic, man. Well, guys, that's all the time we have. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I think this was a fun show. What do you guys think, man? I thought it was
we touched a few topics.
Some people thought it was going to be boring, but it wasn't. So
anytime you have TJ on the set, you know.
I'll give you that much credit. I mean, Commander's
TJ,
you've been carrying your own for a minute.
Yeah, we trying, man. So TJ, how often can we get you here? Maybe once. I want you to say it on air, man. Hold you accountable.
I can do once a month.
Hey, good, man. You know, we're building a little team here right now and everything, man. Thank you so much.
I gotta get some eye candy now. Come on now. All this bone to bone.
I know, man. You should have been here last week, man. It was crazy, man, the topic. But
get all them Nollywood actresses. Bring them all on the show.
Oh, they're coming, man. Yeah.
And they're still talking about you, TJ.
Oh, now, wow.
IT chick, everybody's about your accent.
Okay, that was enough. Can you? Don't let me ban this guy for life, man.
Yeah, because TJ was actually sounding British, and now he changed it once they started talking about it. So they want you to bring it back, you know.
Yeah, TJ,
okay, I'll summon it.
Yeah, is anybody you want to acknowledge or give a shout out to, man? You know how we do up in here, man.
Yeah, I mean, all the people who've been showing me love since I've been in New York, you know, Commando Wale, the whole crew. I mean, I'm just happy.
Who's Commander, though? They don't know who Commander is.
They don't know Commander.
Chief or Prince?
The humble Prince.
Thank you. Yeah, well, you know, you didn't have to give me a shout out. It wasn't necessary, but thank you, man.
Definitely the humble Prince. Man, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
Thank you so much for being on the show, man. Really, really, really appreciate it, man. And I get last minute too, because you know. Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate
anytime,
it, man. It was a fun show, man.
Yeah, you like fam.
Wallo, what's up, man?
Yeah, you know, the chat room. Abiola Fernandez. Uzi though, anyway. I like that guy.
That was cool.
He writes some conk Yoruba. Yes, he writes like good Yoruba. Ijile Yoruba, and
he's prolific. It
prolific, yeah.
Yes,
and his grammar is excellent too. So you know, whoever it is, man, shout out to him.
Yeah,
man.
He's in Houston, man.
He's in Houston. Okay.
Yeah, big shout out to him.
Shout out to Big Texas in the house.
Yeah, you already know, man. IT chick was in town. I mean, I already was supposed to be with them. What happened? You chickened out or something?
I had to do something at the UN, and you know, I had to MC an event that you were the DJ at.
Oh, so, yeah, that's true. So, shout out to everybody in the chat room. Moses, you know, at IT chick, Nana.
Yeah, shout out to Big Moses. Moses got to come to town. You got to come
for real.
Come represent.
Just don't bring no alcohol. We don't drink on set.
You know, you got to bring his Johnny Walker neat.
You know, shout out to Shakira, Ishmael, Abiola,
no doubt.
The Sahara team, Nick.
Falabi.
Falabi, there you go. Yeah,
Falabi was supposed to be here, man, but he couldn't make it. But for some reason, when they called him on Sunday, even that one too was last minute. That one he made, but
that was in good company though. You can't turn that down.
So what? We're not good company, brother.
Especially him and TJ, the way they go after each other.
Well, no, that's how I was trying to get this set up, man. I told him at the last minute. Maybe that's why Falabi backed out when I said TJ. He said,
that's wrong.
Yeah. But as usual, you know, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for your love and support. We thank you guys for riding with us. Next week we're gonna have a fantastic show for you guys. We're gonna be talking about Nigerian independence, and we might throw in the little oil discussion in there as well. We'd like to thank Yinka for calling. We'd like to thank Mex for calling too. Big shout out to the whole Sahara team, starting from Shore, Rudolph, Diola. Good luck on that. Jonathan, that Good Luck Jonathan interview. Ishmael, thank you so much. Thanks for holding it down. Nick, you know what, man? We don't even need Jonathan anymore, man. Let's give Nick a round of applause, man. Holding it down, man. The black man. We don't need a white man. No technical difficulties or nothing. Iffy, thank you so much on the social media. We really appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much. Fatima, big shout out to you too. We're going to be talking to you next week. Fatima has a new show coming up, Straight Fire, man. And we have other things, coming down the works with Sahara. A lot of projects coming up. We're going to be talking about that in the future. Want to give a big shout out to Shakira. Shakira, TJ misses you, as does Wale and myself. Please, you're the only one that can just, take the pressure off us. When there's a female in the house, it's good. All these men, man, it's too much. Same thing with
you just said something. Please do tell the white man we need him.
Oh yeah. Jonathan, I was just playing, man. No way you cracked the whip on me again, man.
Like you're making that stuff up.
Oh, what did you say about me, Olu? You know what time it is. Like I said, Shakira, thank you so much. Big shout out to Abby. Big shout out to Joaquim too, man. Danjuma, big shout out to you too, man. Oh. I was going to talk forever until this guy played Ebenezer Obey, man.
I know it's time to go home.
Yeah.
So I know how to shake you.
Okay, well, I know. That's the cue. Big shout out to my son. Guys, look forward to the shows coming up, man. We have some fire shows coming up, man. We got that lady, too, coming back to talk about her blog. We might have Mr. Flynn in the house, too. Just big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. Don't let them say it's only Wallo that's giving everybody a shout out, man. So big shout out to IT Chick. I'm not giving Nana a shout out, man. And Nana is
she's
the bully,
she's
man.
She's a dedicated bully.
Yeah, man. So guys, thank you very much. We'll see you guys next Wednesday, same time, 7 p.m. on Sahara FM radio. This is Live with the Humble Prince, Mr. DJ Wallo, and TJ.
Future leader.
I'm not coming back on this show. You come to oppress me on my own show. Tell you have no manners, man.
My bad.
Social commentator TJ Fashion, and we love you guys, man. We're out. Thank you very much. Good night. ìlọsíwájú ọkọ ó ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ aya o ìlọsíwájú aya o.